Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Shri Rama Jaya Rama
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama 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 Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Bantananti నా తప్పులకెల్ల నీవే గతి దాశరథి నా తప్పులకెల్ల నీవే గతి దాశరథి కరుణాపయోనిధి దాశరథి Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Shri Rama Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya.
We can slowly put it back. With that in view, we first started on Akshara. Then we realized that Akshara comes only because of the Shabda. Even this Shabda. So Papa used to say, the sound is the first expression of the motionless. Any sound. All sounds. When we started reflecting upon this, there were so many words from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Aksharana Makarosmi. I am the Akara. So everything has started. So Shabda paved the way for language. For language we need letters. Letters became words. They got evolved into sentence. And that is how the communication process started. So God wanted us, when He sent us as an individual, when He wanted to know, through Maya, we feel we are separate from each other, separate from God. He also gave us these things so that the link can be established. Nada Brahma, that is how we elaborately discussed about Nada Brahma yesterday. The sound. In some of the chats yesterday we saw somebody had also remarked there are cinema music or this music. Any sound. When we know that the sound is the symbolic expression of God. Omityega Aksharam Brahma. He says, no, when we leave the body, Antakaleja Mameva Sparanmukta Kalevaram, Prayanagaleja Manasa Achalena, Paktya. So he has listed the whole thing, what should be our final stage, there he said, when we concentrate upon this Adi mantra, then we become one with him. So all Shabdas. A few days back we also played that Twaraman Darpan, you remember? Since he is there in different forms, so long as we have not identified the Shabda, the sound with God, we will give different names. That's why yesterday we said somebody may use an abusive language, something that should not be used. Is that also God? Yeah. Just like everybody is a form of God. Apparently, we may name somebody as noble, somebody as not noble. Similarly, the sound also, how we make use. Whenever we find, Papa has clearly written in Quest of God, the last, what is right and what is wrong. So whenever we associate everything with God, everything is right. Whenever we dissociate everything with God, it is wrong. That's all. So similarly, sound, any sound, because it comes from within. So we have got no choices. Out of the 18 or 19 hours of the waking time, sound is with us. Whether it is an expressed form or an implied form. In the thought also there is sound. And if we do a little more research, we will find the sound everywhere. Actually, when we are asked to observe silence, it is not that we are getting into silence. We become aware of the whole thing. So for that we have to silence our mind, What is that stage which cannot be explained? So God is talking to us, that is not heard because the mind is not silent. So God is talking to us in so many forms. Inner voice as well as his outer voice. There is a beautiful expression by the doctor. Sleeping in the mountains. Singing through the birds. Up and awake in man.
Smiling through flowers.
Smiling through flowers. These are all the sound, Don't think it is all metaphorical or no, it's not like that. There is a sound there, not the sound that we think of as sound. Vibration. Vibration is, yesterday we said, vibration. So by default we should see him as a screensaver, So this is the effort we are making. And when we read this, when we hear this, we can intellectually appreciate, yes, it is how it should be, but we forget. Doesn't matter. Everything we have learned only through trial and error, repetitive performance, perseverance, patience. So sound. Today morning when we were discussing, one among us said, why not we think about the breathing also? These are all something which is very near to us. Because then Shabda got evolved to the letters. Then when we see a book, sentence, then compilations, every moment we are dealing with the language. The Shabda comes in the form of language. Whether at home, or in the puja room, or with the Mahatmas, in a satsang, or in an office, or with the friend circle. We need these letters. It is through letters we convey everything. So when we see a book, when we see anything, we will add one more dimension now. Try to add one more dimension.
Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya నీకు ఒప్పిదమైన దాసజనులొప్పిన బంటుకున్నే బంటనంటి నా తప్పులకెల్ల నీవే గతి దాశరథి నా తప్పులకెల్ల నీవే గతి దాశరథి.
Contain 14 letters. Though God is beyond everything, He has also given us His manifested form. So that is why Nama chanting, Nama writing, the name is God. See, the Shabda only, So during our 18-19 hours, even if we forget for 18 hours, 55 minutes, if 5 minutes if we are in a position to remember that all the sound, you have come in the form of a sound, you have come in the form of letters, slowly I will be able to bring it to that. So Ramnam chanting, Ramnam writing, Ramnam bank. So when we write Ramnam, it is not merely the Ramnam. The symbolic representation or the impersonal aspect has come in the form of Ram. That is why he said Ram. So today we will try to explore a little, it's not possible, a little about this breathing. Because that is something nobody can deny, None of us can deny. When we went back to Papa's inquest of God, there again, in order to ensure that it doesn't become intellectual, Ram is a subtle and mysterious power that pervades and sustains the whole universe. Every now and then we have to remind this. You would have read it. Birthless and deathless is He. He is present in all things and in all creatures who only appear as separate entities due to their ever-changing forms. We feel it separate because of their ever-changing forms. The unchanging common denominator is there everywhere, but we see it as separate only because there is a change. Nama Rupa is there. God is Satchit Anand, and Nama Rupa, when it joins, the Satchidanand takes a back seat, Nama Rupa comes in the front seat. So at the time of dissolution of the body, the Nama Rupa disappears, and again it remains, and again the subtle body goes into another body, gross body. So again, we have to remind this, God is seated within. So He is present in all things and in all creatures who only appear as separate entities due to their ever-changing forms. To wake up from this illusion of forms is to realize at once the unity or love of Ram. Love of Ram means love of all beings and all creatures all things in this world because Ram is in all. And Ram is all in all. To realize this great truth, we who through ignorance feel a separate individual should submit ourselves to the will and working of that infinite power, that infinite love, who is one and all pervading. This is what is called sadhana. This is the first article of Prabhupada. From the sadhana, from the sadhaka's level, when he plunged into the Swami Ramdas stage, Siddha level, the first word that came from him is this. So we take it as our base. Then its universality. The life principle that activates all beings is the same. We all breathe the same air, walk on the same earth, and are equally entitled to the enjoyment of the amenities which nature provides. Nature will not deny anything to anybody. It is available to everyone, equally. The earth yields its rich gifts to all alike. The differences between man and man on the material plane are, in truth, unnatural, improper. If only we reflect, we will be able to understand. Everyone has to breathe, to exist, basic things. For the component parts and the composition of human beings, human bodies, and the qualities inherent in them are not diverse and conflicting. The composition, the component parts and the composition of human bodies. The other day we saw, there are more than 200 organs, So many departments. It is equal in everybody. The components and the composition. Everything. Yeah. Somebody cannot hear through ears. Somebody cannot hear through eyes. Everybody has to hear through ears, So the functioning of all the sense organs are equally same. These are all Papa's beautiful article on which we have to do the reflection while doing Ram Nam and while dealing with men and matters. This is the one, what do you call the gum that, the one that
common binding
binds everybody together. Yeah, correct. Whenever I feel separate, I feel I am not comfortable with them. I disagree with them. I differ with them. When all we say, okay, it's all right, everything at that level, okay. Then we try to, everything is same, Birth also is the same process. Death also, different process, but death, after the death, whatever happens, it is same. Either it is burial or it is cremation.
Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
The pranavayu is one of its specific functions. Pranavayu literally means forward moving air and moves inward toward the center of the body. Pranavayu is the energy that receives things coming into the body in the form of food, liquids and air as well as all sensory perceptions and mental experiences. Prana is propulsive by nature and is the driving force of all other vayus. The seat of pranavayu is the heart, and this vayu ensures that the heart goes on beating. Closely linked. It is associated with the element of air. It works to maintain the proper temperature of the body relative to one's environment and sustain one's vital organs, particularly the heart. Though its seat is in the heart, it moves through the center of the body in a downward direction from the base of the throat to the navel, as well as from the navel back up to the throat. Then comes Apanavayu. Apanavayu translates the air that moves away. The dominant energy of Apanavayu is a downward and outward movement. Its energy moves primarily in the lower abdomen, from the navel to the floor of the pelvis. Apana is the aspect of the prana that governs the ability to eject and eliminate what is not needed in the system. Ejecting. So Apanavayu is associated with the element of earth. He says, elaborate, working in the kidneys, colon, rectum, bladder, genitals. It is also the moving force in the process of reproduction, which essentially moves new life out into the world, from insemination to childbirth. The healthy functioning of the Apanavayu is as vital as that of the Pranavayu. Without the healthy functioning of Apanavayu, one lacks motivation and determination. One feels lazy, dull, even confused, indecisive, and defeated. So Pranavayu and Apanavayu move in complementary opposite direction during inhale and exhale. Easy for us to understand. The one which enables us to inhale, the one which enables us to exhale. One who takes care of the heart and everything, blood circulation, the one who takes care of all the ejecting and the reproductive functions. Then comes Samanavayu. That is the one which handles the digestive system. Digestive organs and glands. There are so many organs there, all those organs have to be made active. Just imagine this prana, about whose existence I hardly recognize. Today we had our dinner. The moment even from the saliva, it starts. The saliva acts to make it one with the body. And whatever is needed for the three parts of the body, namely bone, structure and blood, it is taken. And all these things, that factory is going on inside. So many departments are functioning for that. We should understand all these, we should know. Samana is literally balancing the air. Moves primarily in the region between the navel and the heart, and its seat is all said to be in the navel. It is the controlling power of the metabolism or digestive fire and the functioning of the digestive organs and glands. Liver, glands, so many things are there. Intestine, small, big, kidney. So Samanavayu is the power by which we separate out or discern beneficial from detrimental, which allows us to assimilate information for the sake of making choices. Then comes Udanavayu. It rules the region of the throat and head, and it stays specifically in the throat. It also rules muscle function and strength in the extremities, as well as the sensory function of the eyes, ears, nose. It is said to be the force behind all growth, our ability to stand erect, speech, effort, enthusiasm, and will. While Apanavayu is concerned with elimination or outward moving, Udanavayu is specific force which expels air and the exhalation in a way that is particularly concerned with speech and the production of sound. He is in charge of that. In the region of the head, its function is mental and expressive in the form of ideas and speech. When Udana is unbalanced, speech is disjointed, one cannot speak or articulate ideas properly. Imbalance can also cause shortness of breath, other respiratory problems, particularly associated with the throat, which can have their root in obstacles of self-expression. Then comes Vyanavayu, outward moving air, moves from the center of the body out to the periphery. This Vayu pervades the whole body and is a coordinating, connecting force. It has no specific seat, but rather coordinates all the powers such as sensory awareness and runs through the whole network of 72,000 nadis or passageways of prana in the body. 72,000 nadis, nerves. Or they are called passageways of prana in the body, connecting the function of the nerves, veins, muscles, joints, circulates nutrients, energy. Its function is cohesive and is associated with the element of water. Vyanavayu is fundamental to making one feel and function as an integrated whole. Though it governs and coordinates all the senses as well as the functioning of all muscles, both voluntarily and involuntarily, it is felt especially in the skin. Perspiration and all the various action and reaction of the skin or the environment are manifestation of Vyanavayu. It functions at the surface or outer boundary of your energy body, much like surface tension on a drop of water, and is associated with a sense of boundaries through which we define ourselves and interact with our world. Within the body, Vyanavayu governs our internal sense of coordination, balance, physical integrity or cohesiveness. So this is how we all know the Vayu goes in Pranavayu. How the 72,000 gateways, passageways are activated so that the individual exists. So God, the presiding deity, enters through us in the form of prana. So there is no time when He is not with us. He is always with us. So whenever possible, suppose we close our eyes and watch our own breathing, and with this background, we may be able to become aware of the presence. One more method, Papa is giving. Each and everything when
నీకు ఒప్పిదమైన దాసజనులొప్పిన బంటుకున్నే బంటనంటి నా తప్పులకెల్ల నీవే గతి దాశరథీ నా తప్పులకెల్ల నీవే గతి
this, so we will take, and he also said there are 4 stages. First to feel His nearness, then to feel His presence, then to have the vision of Him everywhere in and around us, and finally to become one with Him. So the first stage is nearness, and in order to have nearness, we are trying to understand what is the closest to us. We found that the sound, the moment we get up in the morning till we retire to bed, sound is there. Through sound only we exist. Just whether at home or in the office or with friends, just imagine. Anything with sound only. Even when the thoughts are going, it is sound. Inner sound and outer sound. Then later on we found that sound is the mother for these aksharas, letters. When there was no letters in the world, sound was the first one. Sound is the first movement of the motionless. Adiyil vajanamundai. In our faith, this is said. So when we start with that, letters came, the language came, The language needs letters. Letters pave the way for words, sentences, grammar. And mind you, we are with the words throughout our waking state. Throughout. Spoken or unspoken. It is so near to us. That is why Papa said name is God. When the name is the letter, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, there are 14 letters. So the name itself is God. Yesterday we were sharing about the Ramnam Bank and how here Mataji conceived the Ramnam Bank here and how we have deposited everything. We will never go into the room just like that, just like into the sanctum sanctorum. We go there and we pranam, mentally it is there, mentally we know God's presence is there through that form. All devotees when they write, when they send the book, we pack it nicely and keep it, stack it in an orderly way. It was just to remind us, just like God is made us, He is made aware of us through deities, and then later on our spiritual preceptor says, don't limit Him to there. First we need, Similarly, letters are there first in the form of mantras, in the form of slogas, in the form of prayer. Then we have to know that the same letter is used for everything that we deal with. SRI, RAM, JAI. We like that, so many letters are there in all our prayer we use. The same letter is the one we use it for household purposes, professional purposes, social purposes, throughout our waking state. So we are supposed to expand and find, you are there in the form of sound, you are there in the form of letters. So today morning, when this was discussed, somebody suggested, what about breathing? So today, that is the indication giving. Correct. God says, I am there in the form of Vayu, Pranavayu. I gave you the equipments by entering to you through the pranas. And then we elaborately went through the 5 functions. Prano, Vana, Vyano, Dana, Samana. So we will have a quick recap of that 5. What are they? Very important, yes, we can. The energy of the cosmos that exists in the physical body is known as prana. Simple definition. The energy of the cosmos. It is this energy that is manifest in all matter and the same that flows within the body to keep every organism alive and active. The word prana in yogic parlance can mean vital force, vital life force, prana, vital air. So Yoga Vasishtha says that this divine vital air prana does everything in the body. kindly note down these words. Much like a mechanist or a mechanic who performs the actions of the machine. Machine is there. Should become operational. No? So the prana is that. The moment he goes inside, everything is activated. As per the yogic physiology, this vital air prana is divided into 5 major and 5 subtypes in the body. For this blog, I shall endeavor to explain in 5 major pranavayu in the body. They are called panchapranas. So prana is the chief, apana, the downward flowing vayu, which is located from the navel to the Mooladhara. This is responsible for all excretory, reproductive functions and governs the large intestines, kidneys, anus, genitals. It is associated with the element of water. Samana, the sideways flowing vayu from the navel to the diaphragm. It is responsible for all digestive metabolic functions, including the circulatory system, and governs the heart, liver, small intestine, stomach, pancreas and their secretions. It is associated with the element of fire. So pranavayu is upward flowing from the chest to the thorax. This governs the lungs, larynx, chest region. It is that force by which breath is drawn into the body. It is associated with the element of air. Udana governs the area above the neck and is responsible for all the sense organs. It governs thought and consciousness, harmonizes and activates the limbs and all their associated nerves, ligaments, muscles, joints. It is the reason we can maintain, and it is because of this that we can maintain an erect posture. It is associated with the element of either space. Vyana pervades the whole body, regulates, controls all movements, coordinates. 72,000 nadis. Can you imagine? He is there, entering into this. If we don't even acknowledge, we don't even say thanks.
So this is governed by Samana.
Samana. Vyana.
Vyana. 72,000 nadis.
Vyana.
Vyana.
Lifestyle has a huge impact on prana and the pranic body reflects. Yoga Vasishtha explains that imbalance in prana affects digestion and hence the physical body to create disease. So like that, so many explanations are there. So now we try to understand God. We are trying to feel the nearness of God. So third factor he has brought today through prana. We don't have to search for it anywhere else. So whenever we have pause moments, even if it is for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, let us try to concentrate upon these 3 now. Shabda, Akshara and Prana. Just like an idol is worshipped, just like a guru in flesh and blood is worshipped, is respected. We should not limit him, or limit the deity to particular. In this connection, there is a prayer nowadays we have introduced. Beloved Papa's presence is not only confined to the bhajan hall, Homa Mandir, is not only all pervasive in this holy Ananda Ashram, but it lives and moves in and through you. You carry his presence when you adhere to truthfulness. You carry his presence when you are kind, considerate and compassionate. You carry his presence when you refuse to serve even 1 inch from the path of purity. You carry ever His presence vibrantly, dynamically, forcefully when you live your life in a divine manner with determination, humble intention, firm resolve, and all sincerity and earnestness. When you are trying to pursue a divine way of living, in thought, word, and deed, you are manifesting beloved Papa. You are a vibrant center of that which the world knows as beloved Papa Swami Ramdas. You are the center. You become a lamp through which His light shines. You become the vessel to hold the living waters of His spirituality, His sublime spiritual teachings. Do not therefore confine beloved Papa Swami Ramdas to the Bhajan Hall, Homa Mandir and Anand Ashram. Make yourself a vehicle of His living presence so that by your life, others also become awake and illumined. They feel His divine presence through your life and their life is also divinized. Move amongst the world of men as the candle imparting your light to anyone whom God brings you in contact with. After Papa dropped the body, Mataji brought out in a simple way, this is that. Omnipresent Papa's ashram means the whole universe. It is to enable us to learn this that this ashram was established by beloved Papa. That means he is in the form of letters, he is in the form of Shabda, he is in the form of Prana. So we don't localize. Initially we localize to Anand Ashram. Initially when we come here, we have got an added attraction to the Bhajan Hall, an added reverence to the Samadhi Mandir, no doubt. At the beginning stage. Then we should remember his teaching. Papa Mataji is everywhere. God is everywhere. You are everywhere.
Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama